Hello, my name is Trevor Longino. I'm head of marketing and PR for GOG.com. We've been accused in the past of sometimes making announcements of announcements, so I'm just going to get right into what we're actually be talking about with our part of the presentation today. We have three different things we want to share with you guys today. First, we're going to talk about some exclusive classics that are arriving at GOG right now. We're going to talk about some exciting new releases that will be coming. And finally, we'll wrap things up. We have a sneak preview that will be available for some of you guys as well. Now, when I talk about exclusive classics, it's worth noting we did a bigger, fresher, newer GOG.com a while back where we said we're not just going to do old games on GOG. We're going to bring newer games as well, indie games, all kinds of great games to GOG. So some people were wondering, well, will you stop bringing great classics? In the last couple of weeks, we've released games like Theme Hospital, Quest for Glory series, Anachronox, some phenomenal classics. I think we've really done a good job of affirming our commitment to bringing those classic games to GOG. But we have some more very anticipated games we're bringing for you guys tonight. For the first time remastered in full GOG style on Windows, we are able to bring you guys Sid Meier's Colonization. This is a really fantastic strategy game where you're part of a fleet going over to conquer a new world. It's a very rich game, kind of game you can play for weeks and weeks and weeks. Remastered with tons of extra goodies available on GOG.com right now for just $5.99. That's not the only classic we're bringing you guys tonight. We also have one of the, I'll call her the most famous archaeologist in all of gaming history. That's right, we are bringing you Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 in a bundle, all three games together for just $9.99, also available right now on GOG.com. For any of you strategy fans or any of you action platforming fans, this is about as good as it gets. Be sure to check it out on GOG. Those are our classics we have available for download right now. Let's talk about our exciting new releases. Our first game we've got here is a really interesting retro throwback to some of the greatest games of the 80s. The commercial here will remind you of the sort of thing you would see on Saturday morning cartoon in the States. Take a look here and see what we've got.
Hey kids, do you love playing Retro City Rampage on your home video game systems?
Yeah!
Don't you wish you could scarf down those delicious pixels and taste the car stealing action?
Yeah!
Can you tolerate unsubstantiated health risks and find that you have an aversion to class action lawsuits? Never mind. Open up wide and shove some Retro City Rampage right into your throat hole.
Radical!
That's right, kids. Your favorite retro-style, 8-bit horrific action game is about to move from the TV screen all the way through your large intestine. Through the beauty of cross-promotional, licensed marketing, and questionable manufacturing practices, your favorite video game, Retro City Rampage, is now available to download directly into your face.
I can really taste the graphics.
Sandbox-style gameplay in an amazing retro gaming world, brought to life with a boatload of eye-popping colors. Who wouldn't want to shovel that down with a pint of ice-cold beaver milk?
Hey, kiddos. I think you've had enough. Boys will be boys!
All your favorite gaming nostalgia, memes, and classic scenes have been mechanically pressed into a bodacious cereal. You'll be the envy of everyone at school, especially the poor kids who can't afford awesome video game cereal. And if that wasn't enough, each box comes with a copy of Retro City Rampage for the Atari 64, dug up from a secret desert landfill. Retro City Rampage and Retro City Rampage the cereal. Available soon wherever video game paraphernalia is sold.
Taste the graphics.
So, Retro City Rampage, if that commercial didn't kind of explain things to you, is a retro mashup of a bunch of classic games you can think of from back in the 90s and 80s. The first thing I thought of when I saw it was, wow, this looks like a 8-bit demake of GTA 2. And it has built into it a bunch of adventure stuff. There's some action shooting bits that would remind you of Smash TV. It's really a fantastic just amalgamation of a bunch of different genres. When we saw it, we thought, man, this really is a new game that's true to that old school feel. It's definitely something we have to have on GOG. I'm calling it here an open world hectic mashup. As you saw from the gameplay, it's a really fast-paced game. This game provides a whole bunch of value when you pick it up. It's got more than 15 hours of gameplay. It has 50 different missions, more than 30 different arcade levels, so you can play a variety of different types of game over and over, try and get high score, that kind of thing. 25 different weapons. It's also an award-winning game. It's gotten the finalist at the Independence Games Festival. It was a Inside Gaming's Best of Packs, and it was Editor's Choice on DIY Gamer. Really great game. By all means, check it out. It is available for pre-order on GOG.com right now. When you get this game on GOG, you will get the in-game soundtrack, an English, French, Italian, German, and Spanish localization version of the game. Retro-styled print-your-own box art. So when you pick this game up, you can print out a box art that looks kind of like the old Sega Master cartridges. Print that out, put it on your actual physical shelf, as opposed to having this on your GOG virtual shelf as well. Comes with user avatars, full HD wallpapers, and a manual. You get all of this together. Fantastic mashup game on GOG right now for $14.99. Now that's one of the two new games we're bringing on GOG today. The other game is a really stylish platformer. It's kind of hard to describe because it has a very unique look and feel to it. I'm just going to show you their trailer here. You can see for yourself.
Black Pants presents.
Laser. Roll. Rocket.
So, Tiny and Big Grandpa's Leftovers is a physics-based platformer game that has an interesting kind of crosshatch shading engine, fantastic music by a bunch of different indie bands. This game also has a lot of really cool features in it when you pick it up from GOG. It's got more than 10 hours of different physics-based kind of sandbox gameplay with 17 different collectible tracks from a number of different indie bands. Has 11 different areas you can play, and some of them, as you saw at the very end of that trailer, have a different look than the main cel-shaded area. And this is also an awards winner. This picked up an award for the winner in Student Showcase at the Independent Games Festival, and it received an award from IndiePub as well for being a fantastic indie game in 2011. This game, available for pre-order right now on GOG, and the full price for this game will be $9.99, but you'll be able to pick it up at a discount. I'll tell you about that in a second. Right now it comes with English, French, Italian, German, and Spanish localizations, user avatars, full HD wallpapers, a manual, and a really awesome 30-plus page art book. With a game this stylish, being able to see the early sketches and the character work they're designing is really a treat and something I think you'll enjoy. As I mentioned, this game's full price is $9.99, but until it actually releases, which will be around June 19th, you'll be able to pick the game up for 10% off, get it just $8.99. This is one of those games, we saw an early build of it, an alpha build a couple months ago. We fell in love with it. It's just so stylish and so very cleverly presented. It was something we wanted to put on GOG, and it's definitely something we think you'll enjoy. Now, those are our new games we're releasing, but I also mentioned something about a sneak preview. We released a couple weeks ago for pre-order on GOG adventure game called Resonance. It had some interesting mechanics in it that make it different from your usual adventure game. Let me show you what I mean. Here's one last trailer for you to watch.
Being told now we've established contact with our Washington Bureau. Re-established contact. Video is coming in now. The White House has been attacked.
What exactly happened in that lab?
Oh God, it wasn't an accident.
Dr. Morales was working on a powerful new technology, and someone used his own technology to kill him.
Unlimited destructive power. Are you kidding me?
All right, so that's Resonance. It has a innovative way of giving you kind of a twist on adventure gaming by putting in memories with items. So you can pick up an item and it unlocks some memory in your mind. You can use it for problem solving. It also lets you play as 4 different characters interspaced throughout the game as you want. So it lets you switch up the perspective some when you think, hey, I want to try a different approach, or I can't figure out this puzzle, let me try and do something else. This game has the full length of the game is 15, maybe 20 hours. The head developer said it takes him about 12 hours to play through it, but he knows everything, so you've got to figure it takes a bit longer if you're not someone who's written the code himself. It does come with 4 different playable characters, as I mentioned, and there are a great variety of different endings that show up throughout the game, depending on how you play it through the whole thing. So I said there's a sneak preview here. What do I mean by that? Well, let me explain for you. When you pre-order Resonance, which is available now on GOG, you will actually get a playable preview available in the goodies section of your game. If you've already pre-ordered it, you can go to your shelf right now and you'll see it. If you pre-order anytime between now and the game's release on the 19th, you'll be able to download the preview then as well. This is a pretty sizable preview. The whole game, as I mentioned, 15, 20 hours. This has all 4 characters and probably around 4 hours of gameplay in just the preview. Gives you a really good feeling for what the game's going to be like. And that way you can tell your friends, hey man, I know you're an adventure game fan, be sure to check this out on GOG. It's incredible what they've got for offer here. We are the exclusive digital distributor for this, so if you pick the game up from us, you get the preview. There's nowhere else you can pre-order the game online to get the preview, although if you buy the box copy on Wajidai's website, I believe we give you a copy on GOG as well. This is our exclusive sneak preview, and the game, normally its full price is $9.99, but this is also going to be on sale 10% off. If you pre-order anytime between now and the 19th, pick it up and you'll be able to play the preview. It's pretty awesome. I think you guys should check it out. Finally, let me wrap this up by talking to you a bit about bigger, fresher, newer. I know we've mentioned this a few times now, but some people have been wondering how have things been going for GOG since we made this shift into offering newer games alongside our classic releases. Well, the very first game we really did a big push behind for bigger, fresher, newer was an indie RPG called Legend of Grimrock. And we think it went pretty well. Let me give you some hard numbers here to talk about how this went. Legend of Grimrock, we had 20,000 units in almost 2 months. Now, absent any context, it's hard to say what that means. Let me give you something for comparison. When we were selling The Witcher 2 on GOG, we sold 40,000 units in the first 6 months. So in the meantime, between then and now, we have grown our community enough and gotten enough exposure that we've sold half that many units in just 2 months. Now, The Witcher 2 was a really big game. A lot of people knew about it. Grimrock was comparatively smaller. So you can see we've really grown as part of bigger, fresher, newer, gotten a bigger community on GOG. We also did something you may have heard of. We gave Fallout for free. We had 1.2 million visitors to our website during those 48 hours we were giving away Fallout for free. Huge spike in traffic and growth. We were one of the top 500 most traffic websites the first day of that giveaway. We were just off the top for our usual traffic, and we saw that traffic didn't just come, a lot of it stayed. We saw a 30% permanent boost in our users, our visitors, and our sales. Now, obviously, a big change in growth like this, it's thanks to you guys, our users. When you have all been coming to our website, you've been telling your friends on social media, if you're journalists, you've been talking about us on your blogs or in your magazines and the press. We owe a big debt of gratitude to you guys for helping make this transition for GOG successful. And while that's a huge portion of what's made GOG grow so well, there is somebody else we don't want to forget about. We owe a big thanks to our developers too. All those people who said, let's join the DRM-free revolution. Let's take that leap of faith and say, you know what? GOG says you don't need DRM to sell games. I believe them. I'm going to make my game available on the very first day with no DRM because there's better ways to fight piracy than that. So a big thanks go out to all those guys too. And actually, I have a little letter here to, I think, properly express my appreciation. It's a little thank you note. So I thought I'd read this for you guys. It starts, Dear developers, GOG.com loves... no, you know... Reading this doesn't really get the emotion across. I need to do something different. I need to do a slow jam. Dear developers, GOG.com loves you. Big or small, young or old, it don't matter to us. We're here for you and we don't want no one-night stand either, no. We're here for a long-term relationship. We want to make you happy forever. We know how to satisfy, too. We brought loved games like Legend of Grimrock and The Witcher. Don't worry, though, because there's plenty of loving to go around. So if you and your game are ready for some hot GOG.com digital distribution action, drop us a line at welovedevs@GOG.com. It's a wild world out there in digital distribution. Oh, it's bad, baby. But don't worry, we'll treat you right. Lots of love, GOG.com. Thank you all very much. In case my in case my heartfelt letter of appreciation wasn't clear enough, GOG is looking for you. If you're a developer and you have a fantastic game that you think our audience would love, send us an email, welovedevs@GOG.com. We will be happy to talk to you, and don't worry, we'll treat you right. Now, if you aren't already, become a fan on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You can watch this video and many other from GOG on our YouTube channel. Thank you all very much for watching. Here's Marcin Nowinski to wrap it up for the night.
Thank you very much, Trevor. Okay, I know one more thing. I'm throwing away all my Barry White stuff. I'm buying Trevor stuff, you know. Do you have your CD out there? Can I get it from GOG.com, DRM free? No, probably not yet. Okay, thank you very much. Once again, thank you for everyone who joined our live stream. Thank you very much for all the guests out here in our offices in Warsaw, Poland. I think it was quite an exciting day, a lot of interesting announcements. I hope everyone found something for himself or herself. I personally, I'm getting immediately Retro City Rampage. Of course, I will get my backup copy on GOG.com of Witcher 1, although I already have one, so I'm not sure how I'll manage with that. And I can't wait for the Cyberpunk game, so once I'm done with the presentation, I'm going right away to the dev team to tell them to hurry up. So thank you very much, everyone, and see you next time. Thank you.